So that's where we're heading on the debt.
Greg, can I ask you,
Yeah,
we have citizens often come before us and make statements like, we're in a terrible financial position, that we have terrible debt, that we're going out of business. Could you talk a bit more about, you said just a second ago that we have among the lowest bonding levels among our cities, but what is the expectation in terms of percent of budget that would be debt? I mean, is there a rule of thumb here that you use or could explain to us? What's the value of adding more debt in order to be able to do these projects that we guys have right there? Particularly the water tanks and the wastewater treatment projects. Talk a bit more about that, because I'm always frustrated when I hear this said, because over my whole career, that's how you build things, that's how you fix things, that's how you meet the needs of your clients or constituencies. You can't do it by cash, you have to express debt. Our bond ratings are very high, which means there's a great deal of trust in how we manage our debt, as city manager said a little while ago. But I think for all of us to hear something maybe a bit more specific about debt, how much debt is appropriate.
yeah, it's a really good question and one that's really important. As Bruce mentioned, it is the main way to pay for long-term facilities, such as a wastewater treatment plant or a water tank that's going to last 30 years. The best thing to do is debt finance those. That happens everywhere, at every municipality. Generally, the rule is about 10%, less than 10% of your debt to revenue ratio. So right now we're at about 4.5, but in general, that's kind of the best practice is under 10%.
Yeah.
And so we're at 4.5, and probably a little bit lower after these were just updated. So that was kind of like our 2024 number. And so it is pretty common. So we have, and that's what the rating agencies, they've got criteria that they provide everybody what the criteria is. They feel very good about our financial standing.
And just, okay, real quick, Greg, I think you mean debt payment, not debt.
Debt payment, yeah, annual debt payment, yeah.
Thank you. But also refinancing bonds. I mean, that's again a valuable strategy over time to reduce your costs. As rates come down, you take advantage of those rates. But again, we get misinterpretations about why we're doing it. So if you could maybe elaborate a bit.
Yeah, so we're in constant communication with our financial advisors that look at that all the time. And obviously in this interest rate market, it's not gonna happen for any of the refinancing, but in other years, when it was very low, that was certainly an option. And so we do have third parties that look at that. We talk to them quite a bit. It's not advantageous for us to be at probably in the next 2 or 3 years. It's not gonna be advantageous, but it certainly is. And Broomfield's done that before on at least 3 or 4 previous debt issuances where they've refinanced and
Yeah, it reduces your costs, it
Certainly.
reduces the time, and it improves your bond rate. I mean, so why wouldn't we do it?